Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for your patience. This is a little tour of our Brightspace changes for both Intro to Literature Section 1 and 2. The pages are identical. And I'm so bad at this technology, I figured I should just do one video and not try to do two. Before I get started, I want to say that here are the most important things. Let's see more of my face briefly. Here are the most important things right now during this very strange time. One, your health and your safety and your mental happiness. I tried to make revisions to our class in a way that is sensible and just takes into account like how kind of terrible everything might feel right now. I'm really, really, really disappointed to not get to spend time in the same room with you. So, but the thing that I care about the most is you and how you're doing. Literature is important, but you are more important. So I'm always keeping that in mind. The second thing is that if you have real difficulty getting a consistent internet access or accessing any of the stuff that I've put up, please let me know and we'll figure something out. Because I know that you're going to be busy. You might be helping parents with stuff around the house, siblings, God forbid, with anybody who's ill. So get in touch with me if doing things on the internet just aren't going to work for you. We'll figure it out. I've set up the class essentially asynchronous, which means I'm not going to try to do lectures or kind of video conferencing. I think it's too unpredictable with everybody kind of scattered. So this is pretty much asynchronous. Read things, work on your own. We are going to do one assignment with short stories before spring break. Then spring break can be not thinking about class at all, although read books, they're good for you. And then we're going to try The Tempest after spring break, and I've got a plan for that. And all I care about, again, besides your health and safety, just in terms of this class, is that you just try a little bit. Like, we're all going to be at varying levels of being able to engage. Like, let's just try together and think of literature not as a kind of task that you have to check off because you've got a class, which I respect actually, but as something to, I don't know, keep us connected to other people in the world and to something bigger than our shelter-in-place little rooms. So, okay, that's my speech. Let's go now to the Brightspace page. Same as always, although everything is different now. If you go to content, you're going to see three important things. Not The Tempest. First, I would like you to see this, which is, I'll unhide it in just a minute. So I've just set up a kind of general information and resources area. One document is, I didn't put it together. It's a document with just a list of tips of how to entertain yourself, take care of yourself, mental health resources. Somebody else put it together. All of us are kind of passing it around. I also set up two discussion forums. One can be about classes. This is kind of academic stuff. You can talk about our class. You can talk about your other classes. This is just a way to have some contact with other people about how you're dealing with how weird schoolwork is going to be now. And then I set up another one that's just about anything else. You can, I don't know, just say hi because you're bored, or you can complain about feeling like you have cabin fever, or you can say, like, here's a song that I really like, or here's a joke, or like, anyway, this is just to like a kind of virtual place for you to hang out if you want to. Both of these are 100% optional. Okay. The more important thing, at least in terms of, that's actually the most important thing, this is the assignment that you're going to finish before spring break. And I think it's totally manageable and hopefully kind of fun. Definitely read this for the more detailed information. Here's what you're going to do. I have put, I think there are 9 of them. You're not going to read all 9. 9 short stories that I love and, to be honest, had PDFs of or could find in these bizarre times. I've put little descriptions of what each one is about and why you might like it. Some are sort of classic old-timey. Some are kind of newish. They're kind of all over the place, but your job before the end of, until spring break, is to just pick one and read it. And then you're going to do this assignment right here. And you're going to post your observations to discussion forum so that everybody can see it. So that way, what you're doing is basically recommending a good short story to everybody in the class. It doesn't matter if everybody picks the same story. This isn't like a race or a contest. It's just a way to read one story before we all leave for spring break and write up a thing that says, here's why you should read the story. That's it. And it might give people ideas about what they might like cooped up over spring break. The other thing I'll show you, if I can, I'm going to just move this box for a minute. If you are having trouble getting one of the PDFs that are sideways to turn around, click this right here. This isn't a PDF, but click this. You can't see me pointing at it, and it will give you an option to rotate. You can also do that easily if you download the PDFs. Okay. So that's the assignment that you're going to do before leaving for spring break. Again, you just pick one story. These instructions are pretty detailed, and I did a complete sample on South of the Slot, which you should also do your post about. So the two things that you're going to do before leaving for spring break are put up your observations about South of the Slot. Some of you have already done that. And read one story and tell us why we should read it. There's a sample right there. I'll just say a few very brief words about the Tempest, which you don't necessarily have to worry about until after break. This shell is empty at the moment. I'm going to add a few things to it later today, but I just didn't want to wait too much longer to send you information. Okay. The Tempest is tricky. Shakespeare is tricky. I think there's something valuable, not because of getting a grade, but just valuable because Shakespeare has this sort of broad, I don't know, historical usefulness in terms of thinking about human conditions in times of trouble. Like, I'm just going to be that earnest. This is the edition that I ordered for class. You can use any edition. There's also one called No Fear Shakespeare that I think has facing page translations. I am very aware that you might not have the book yet, that Amazon is only shipping essentials and public libraries are closed. I'm going to do my best to find alternates. I will be in contact with you about that as much as possible. Go to the Tempest box to see more information about how we're going to do it. All I care about, by the way, with everything from now to the end of the semester is just that you try your best. You know, like, the world is pretty bonkers, and I just care about you trying. I try to set this up in as reasonable and logical a way as possible. Okay, going on a bit too long. I'm going to miss all of you. Please get in touch with me about anything that you need or any concerns that you have. I'll try to set up occasional Zoom office hours. Keep your eyes on your email for that. Take care of yourselves. Be careful. I hope everybody's okay. All right, thanks.